What is up, everybody? My name is Kyle and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. In today's video, we're gonna get off plant content for a second because I was out thrifting and I found a side table to replace the one in my guest bedroom. This is something I've passively been looking for a while. So I wanna walk you through what I did today. And the reason that I say did is because I shot all this video yesterday, everything I did to the side table, and I promptly deleted it on accident. So me being impatient, I moved all the video from the SD card to my hard drive. I watched it all upload, deleted everything off the SD card, and when I went back to edit later, everything was gone. So I was frustrated there for a minute, and then I realized that I shot part of it on my iPhone, and the part that I shot on my iPhone actually, I think, makes this video salvageable. So in the next shot, you're gonna see me walking through the new side table, untouched, without anything done to it, the old side table, and me kind of talking about what I'm planning to do and why I'm replacing the old side table. So after we get through that, since we won't have any nice like lo-fi music montages of me cleaning the thing or me installing the new Ruse hardware, we'll just shoot kind of a long outro where I sit in front of the piece, we look at it, I talk about some of the concerns I had, how I'm feeling about it now, and yeah, then we have a salvaged video. So if you're here for plant content, I guess you could admire the plants in the background. If you're here for interior design content, I hope you like cobbled together Frankenstein interior design content, because here we go. Okay, welcome to my guest room. You are currently looking at the side table, the new side table that I was just talking about. So I mentioned I got it at a thrift store. I had just popped in to browse around and this piece was 80% off. So I got it for less than $4. It's in great shape. Really the only damage I can see on it is there's some chipping right here on the veneer, and there appears to be some Sharpie right here, which I think I can get out. But other than that, like this top piece is all solid wood. The grain appears to be continuous from the side up. So I think this is all one piece of wood. I think the legs and all the dowels for the shelf are all a single piece of wood, but just some of the side pieces and the drawer have some, actually this doesn't even have veneer on it. This is a solid piece too. So it's pretty much all solid wood. I'm not against veneer. I really liked the weight when I picked this up, and for less than $4 in the condition that it was in, I couldn't say no. So the only thing I don't like about this new piece, at least visually, and we'll get into some of the other stuff in a second, is I don't really like this hardware. So I quickly went to my favorite hardware company, which is Rouse. They're my favorite, but I don't know how to say their name. I have this hardware all throughout my house, even like right here on this cabinet. If you check out any of my older videos, there's a video where I install some of this cabinetry in my basement. So on my pantry doors and then in the basement bathroom. So I really love their hardware. My hope one day is to do my entire kitchen with it. I've been planning for that, so maybe one day you'll see a video about it. But bought a piece of hardware that I thought would look great for this. And yeah, before we clean this up though, I want to show you the piece that it's replacing, and then we'll just dive into what we're going to do to this new piece. So if you come over here past my really long Linearis that needs another trim, this is the current side table that I've got there, and I don't hate it. I've just had it since I moved in. I actually have like the companion piece to it downstairs. I've just been looking to change it up. So one of the things that I like about it and I don't like about it is this like bottom piece and how it juts out. So in one respect, like I could put food and snacks right there. You know, I can move my drink down there when I'm watching TV, but because it's so flush and it juts out a bit, I've actually knocked things off of it before, just kind of not paying attention, you know, laying right there and my arm swings over. So it's not the most secure place to put stuff. And then my other thing in regards to the length is it does eat out into the like footprint of the room a little bit. It's not the end of the world, but this isn't the biggest room. And I felt like if I had a table, side table that was a little more flush to the wall, it would open up the room a little bit and make it feel a little more spacious. One of the things that I do like about this though is that it is two-tiered so that I can display stuff and I can have my remotes down and underneath, which you can kind of see there. And I've got some books out there, but I do think that this new one kind of solves that, because if you think about this, it really is, it's almost like three-tiered, right? Because you have the main surface space. I now have a shelf underneath, which I can put the books on. And then I have this drawer where I could put remotes and anything else. So it has some extra like hideaway storage, and it does have like 2 display planes, I guess I'll call them. So it feels really comparable. But when it comes to my concerns with this new piece, and I haven't put it in the space yet, like where I want it, we're gonna figure this out together. It is taller than the current piece, but it might be too tall. I feel like that's a minor concern, but I do have a slight fear that this side table is gonna be just a little too tall to like feel right, though I know the width is already good. So that's concern number 1. And then concern number 2 is, if you notice, most of the furniture in this room is like walnut or walnut adjacent in regards to like its tone. So like current side table, this bench, and then, you know, that piece, whatever you would call that, sideboard, I think. That one's veneer. That one's a little bit on the cheaper side. I got it off Marketplace. I'd love to replace it one day, so I'm not even married to that. But it is a concern that I've got this much lighter wood going in a room that is mostly walnut. But even as I say this, like I look in this corner right here where my linearis really needs to get trimmed. And, you know, my floor is a pretty light stain. The bench is like a walnut-ish stain. And the door, which is the original door when I purchased the house, is also a different wood tone. So even when I look here though, I don't hate that. So that makes me feel a little bit better, but I did want to talk about a couple of my concerns here before I swap this out, because again, I didn't test any of this out for the video. So yeah, we're figuring this out together. And yeah, in the next shot, let's start cleaning this guy up. Okay, so hopefully that iPhone video did a pretty good job of laying out what I was planning to do and why. And as you can see, the finished side table is behind me. And I've got Sandwich right here as my apology to you for deleting all that footage. So just a quick rundown of what I did to this thing, since you didn't really get to see any of it. I went through and I cleaned it with both of those wood cleaners that you saw in that last shot. I'll be sure to link this stuff too, since I didn't get to talk about it. Cleaned the whole piece with the wood cleaner. I removed the old hardware. I installed the new Ruse hardware, which I think looks great. I installed some felt. Oh, you going somewhere, Sandwich? I installed some felt feet on the side table so that it slides more easily, so that it doesn't scuff up my floor. And then, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have, and I don't recommend it, but I used a little bit of rubbing alcohol, diluted rubbing alcohol, to remove a Sharpie stain that was on the top of this. I recognize that you should probably test it in like an inconspicuous space first, and you really shouldn't be putting like isopropyl alcohol on wood that you're not sure how it's finished, but it worked out. So yeah, that was another minor thing that I did. But all in all, Sandwich is just awkwardly standing in the background now. All in all, I'm really happy with how this came out. And just to address some of the concerns that I had, which are not really concerns anymore. The first one was the wood tone. So I was a little concerned that with having a few like walnut wood tone pieces in the room, that this lighter wood tone was gonna look out of place and mismatched, but I don't really think that's the case. You know, as we looked around this room, there's like at least three or four different wood tones just in this room alone. So that became a non-issue. And once it was in place, it really didn't bother me. The other concern that I had, which was a minor one, was the height of the piece. So after having it here for a night, after using it, I'm not concerned with the height at all. In fact, I like the extra footprint that it gives right here by not having that like overhang. So all in all, I don't think it was too tall. I think the wood tone is really nice for the room and actually lightens it up and makes the room a little more inviting. And just like always, I love all of my Ruse hardware. I think this really brings a little bit of personality to the side table. It makes it my own. It matches the other hardware throughout the house and hopefully more hardware in the future. So all in all, I really love what came out of this like less than $4 side table. I don't miss the old one yet. If you liked the old one more, please let me know and let me know why. I'm still not 100% sold, but I do love this. So yeah, if you feel like I should go back, please let me know why. But I think this is gonna stay. So yeah, I think with that, my name is Kyle. This has been my channel. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And I hope to catch you on the next one that's maybe not as cobbled together. All right, take care.